Hi, I'm Rabbi Rothman. I teach 7th and 8th grade boys Gemara, 7th grade girls Halacha, and 8th grade girls Halacha at Or Chadash. I want to give you a little taste of how I run my classroom and how I teach. Every day when the students come in, they can check on the board to see what they need for that day. Some days it might be a Chromebook, every day a binder, some type of writing utensil, and anything else that they may need. There's always a do now for them to get started with, which is how we start our day, right away with something that either reviewing something from the day before or something that will be relevant to that day's lesson. I like to use the Promethean board. I have my PowerPoints that have the notes very clear. Boys and girls know that notes are there. They can always summarize it more, but it's for them to look at. For the Gemara, I'll have Gemara on the board besides for what they have on besides for the Gemara that they themselves have. Part of the focus of the Gemara is that we code the Gemara into its different steps to help the boys understand the back and forth. Here's one example. We'll have a statement, question, answer, question and the question, etc. Part of what we have in the Gemara is going through the various steps in a flow chart. And we created that. Each part is labeled and clearly flows into the next part. Another focus in the Gemara is the common Gemara words that come up again and again in many, many Gemaras. We create flashcards where the students are going to write down the term and translation, and we constantly add to that list, which is cumulative. And just to make things a little fun, we'll have a quizzes that I keep adding to, where they get to review and see in real life how well do they know those words. This year we're learning Masechet Pesachim, and the last parak, which is called Arvi Pesachim. This parak has many relevant halachot, which have to, besides for the Seder, it also has many laws about Kiddush, Havdalah, and brachot on food. Another aspect of my Gemara class is Chavruta time, where the students practice with each other proper reading and translating the Gemara. We go through the translation first in class, they get it down on their translation sheets, and then they practice covering the translation, seeing how well they can translate the Gemara on their own. In my halacha classes, I also use my PowerPoints, and sometimes with some fun pictures, always very clear and organized, so the students know exactly where we're heading. One thing I like to do is to bring out random props, which make things a little bit more exciting. It may be a shield, or even a dollhouse to explain laws of Shini Makom. It might be a Kiddush cup and some fake bread. And of course, when talking about laws of food, we have to have many different samples of fake and real food.